look like. Sustainability is definitely a big part of it, and this is why we're here today at all to see how our future is going to be like. Are you ready?
Let's go! Welcome to Awesome Wholesome Experience. Hi, I'm Jason Fong, the founder and CEO of Wholesome Saver. We're at our store, our all concept experiential concept store, which we serve experiential dining and also have an all subscription. The word healthy food, it's too wide a word, and how do you really differentiate healthy? So that is our key challenge in educating, in wanting to share the technicality part of our food, the innovation behind it, and how we encapsulate the whole nutrition. And every part of a stage is really a science to us. So education continue always been an issue. So that's really why we come up with all concept store. Subscription model has always been pretty common in the US especially. So it's like everyone is always on subscription model. So it's something that I want to bring to Asian culture as well. Subscribing all gives you 4 nutritional meals and 6 nutritional snacks. So we give them on a monthly basis, and that will be able to suffice your essential nutrition for the month. And that's where we are trying to introduce a lifestyle that can help support your nutritional needs, so that you can continue to pursue most of the not so healthy food, compensate the balance a little bit. So that's what we are trying to do. So the whole all movement in terms of the subscription is to promote this, and you can have at your comfort of your home, eat it with your family members, with your loved ones. So the whole concept really is sharing about everything, starting from seeding to the farm to table, and then to serve the actual food. So over here, we at our store we show 2 types of system. One is the aquaponic, the other one is the organic soil, traditional method. We'll be having our solar panel installed upstairs, and then linked to our IoT system, which is done by 3 professors supporting us. And then this is where you see the whole, we call it regenerative organic ecosystem, which we then do the farm to table concept. So this is a very simple illustration where you see the fish. Of course, when they have their feces, and then it comes up to give the nutrients to the plant. So that is where you see one part of the system. This is our family. This is let me introduce you, Cheetos. There's the grey one, Cheetos.
As in like, you mean the cheese?
Yes, that's his name.
Oh, wow.
There's another one over there. It's Honey. And then we got the Wakame, and this is Deus. We actually just want to show our silky chicken, where we basically take their shit, where we grow our microgreens. We go through a composter. So the whole idea of regenerative is we take care of every part so that it can have a sustainable movement. So we don't waste anything. What we do is we work very closely with our sister company, which is Awesome Food. So Awesome Food is where we create the superfood ingredients. So these are some of our ingredients. So we have we created fish cake, fish ball, our collagen egg, our pasta, and all sorts of SKU. We also have minced meat. So each of all these, if you realize that the key thing we wanted to share is, for example, right? So all the 11 core ingredients that we have, are meant for skincare, hair, and nails. So that's why we call it a collagen egg. We make it exactly like an egg. Over here, you see our all process. This is where we're talking about the whole replacement outside that we're trying to illustrate, the regenerative organic farm to table. You see all these microgreens. Once we harvest the microgreens, the soil together with Cheetos and Honey's feces, we will go through a composter, and then we will then reuse the compost as part of the nutrition. So the all process really have 6 key steps here. So the first thing is we qualify our food source. what makes all really very different from the general food concept is we really scrutinize everything to the root. We are generally low, zero to low processes. We don't use high processes to begin. So just to name a few, we don't allow anything that doing chemicals. We don't do preservative, we don't do additive, we don't do any texturizing, we don't use all the chemicals things that you generally see in the market. There are a lot of labels that are not so healthy, right? So we scrutinize, and through our suppliers, we basically look at their certification. Are they what they say they are? What is cleanse? So cleansing is a very important thing. Although this is organic, okay, they still do have pesticides, so we still need to treat it. So how do we treat it? Through ultrasonic washer, organic soap, and alkaline ionized water. So what do we do that? That will be able to strip out almost 99.9% of any contamination to the plants. So we do certain tests to let public see that these are clean, right? So a typical meat over here that we see in terms of wholesome food, minced meat, we have 10 natural and clean ingredients, but compared to most of the other plant-based general brands, they do have a lot of synthetic minerals that is added back, and also a lot of chemicals items that we do not allow.
But would you be able to perhaps describe in words, perhaps for some of our audiences, to at least know from the screen how different is the taste?
Later I will let you try. But generally the taste structure, because when you dehydrate, the water comes out of the nut, so you definitely will have a much crunchier taste, more intense flavor, because it just locks in down. So that will be a clear, vivid difference in the moment. And actually it's a lot more healthier. So basically it's making the nut nutrients readily to be absorbed by the body. So activation becomes a very important part of our process. So that's why whatever we do in terms of our noodle that we use almond nut, it takes us 3 days to prep before we even start using the ingredient. This is of course our years of R&D where we talk about formulation by our team. So for the last 12 years we work with really many nutritionists, dietitians, and this is where we show to them how it works. So the nutritional basically begins with selecting all the ingredients, and then the dietitian then align them in terms of the functionality of what we're trying to create. And then from there, add a herbalist. So we look at all sorts of herbs that could complement the ingredients part, or nutrients part. And then we also work with naturopath doctors to introduce what we call homeopathic herbs, which is more bigger. Homeopathic is not really popular in Singapore, but more from Germany. And then of course introduce it to our executive chef, where we then go into flavoring, how to make things naturally taste good. And then through our food technologies, where we try to find how to create better texture, and of course doing the QA role in terms of making sure that our every batch is properly executed. This is our fermentation. So we are a big fan of fermentation. So the whole idea of introducing microbials that are very good bacteria to your body. So we basically fermented all sorts of vegetables that we can find, right? Again, like I said, in fact, when we do algae, fungi, this is also part of the fermentation. How are we different? We care about nutrition. So we are nutritional first, right? So that's our focus, so that we can encapsulate or protect every single nutrition value that could be possibly. So to begin with, clean label will be extremely helpful for people who are sick, right? Because that means the body is not able to fight their immunity. So clean label actually is the first level of nutritional part that we care about, that you can then look at fulfilling the nutritional part of things.
Understand. Oh wow, that's very insightful. I mean, I didn't even know that there is different kinds like plant-based and nutritional, clean label plant-based diet. But I hope that you guys learn as much as I do.
Yes. So let's say get nutritionally charged. Okay, we've all.
So I have here with me the chef of all, and he's going to show us today what he's going to make for us.
Hi, one thing, we're going to prepare for you the protein noodle and the spicy miso beef sauce. So on top of that, we have some carrots, julienne and cucumber julienne, and some dehydrated sesame seed to go with it.
Oh, okay. Hey, but chef, what is the difference between your miso and the one that is currently sold in the market?
Okay, you can understand from the market there are a lot of preservative adjective added into the miso, but what we are using is organic and it's a pure, clean miso paste that we are getting from Japan.
I see,
Yes.
I see. But how about the taste? Does it taste different?
Okay, your taste slightly not so intense, not so salty than the one in the market, but we're using the Korean chili flakes to enhance the flavor as well.
Oh wow, that sounds interesting. I'm hungry already.
Yeah, no worry, later I'll do some dish for you. You can take a walk or take a seat outside.
Okay.
And I'll prepare the dish for you.
Can I shall shamelessly sit outside and wait for my food. Wow, the food smells amazing. Let's give it a try, shall we? Lost for words. This spicy miso tastes so good. The flourless udon, right? It actually tasted very chewy, and also it actually has this tinge of kimchi taste in it. I really like it a lot. Like, love it so much. So good. Let's try the other one, shall we? This one feels very refreshing. I think also partly because it's cold. So, you know, like on a hot day, right, especially in Singapore, I think this is really good because like it really pumps you up, you know, like in terms of like refreshingness and yeah, and then the taste is not like overly salty, not overly overwhelming. It doesn't the sauce doesn't over empower the taste of the noodles. Let's try the egg to see if it's any different. So this is the collagen egg that they were saying about, and also this is one of the specialty that they have in store, the collagen egg that helps with your skin, your hair and your nails. The texture is actually very different. It's not like the usual egg. Overall egg is just very soft, and then you know, like although it looks like a hard-boiled egg, it doesn't taste like a typical hard-boiled egg. It's amazing. I love it so much.
At the end of the day, the experience I had from all was an amazing one. From learning about how the silky chickens come into play in the recycling and sustainability of the facility, to tasting the delicious and not to mention nutritionally charged food that can meet your every nutritional need. The All Experiential Concept Bistro is really a place that you need to try for yourself to fully understand. Or perhaps you could get the subscribe to it too. Whatever the case may be with the product and the quality they're always providing, you are guaranteed not to be disappointed.